Hey guys, Logan and Chuck here, and welcome back to another What's Coming to Disney Plus video for the Island UK. This time we'll talk about the good old Christmas month, in particular December. And we got some big stuff to come on Disney Plus and some pleasant surprises as well coming to Island UK. Now I got two things to point out with this video before I continue. Number one, kind of be on the more positive side. Disney Plus, after 2 years of the service launched, has finally added something that I think everyone wanted since the beginning, and that is a coming soon tab. While it's not on the same levels of Netflix, it is still noteworthy that we still haven't had this feature at all, where now we can tell what's coming to Disney Plus in the near future. The only way you used to do that is you kind of had to make sure to look up what if a movie was coming out and then seeing it on the search tab. But now you have a more direct way of seeing what's coming to Disney Plus later during the month, in other particular months as well, like January and February and that type of stuff. The only deal is it's not completely every original thing coming out. Like the most right now, you have the Disney Plus original series, like the Boba Fett series, the Beatles, the Diver Kid movie, and this two stuff from next year, like the Sneakerella and what was it, the Ice Age, the Adventures of Buck Wild movie. But there is still a few random star stuff that's also listed. Like for now, got Pure Harbor and Die Hard coming out later on. So it's still up there. It's still getting the early treatment. But the fact that even added like the coming soon feature after this time is a good thing. And also, no everything I'm going to say for this video could change later because Disney for some reason has a habit of saying that something's coming out and then eventually pulling and releasing it either a month later or in the case with Hit Monkey, delaying it until like New Year's because it was originally supposed to come out on the 17th of November. It came, it was not there, and then eventually it was revealed that it was given to the January 2022 release as of right now, but yet again, that could change like any second. They could release it by next week for all I know. So just to note that everything I say could change, and there could even be more stuff added later. Like for example, about a week ago, about last they announced that the Solar Opposites Holiday Special will be coming out in the 22nd of December. So, it's all sudden with Disney. So take everything I say in these videos with a grain of salt in the near future. But for now, let's look and see what's coming to December on Disney Plus for Ireland and the UK. Starting off with the 1st of December, we have The Last Duel. This is the most recent of the 20th Century Fox or 20th Century Studio movies to be coming out on Disney Plus internationally, and one of the films that is definitely the heaviest movie I've seen from Fox and Disney after the merger because woof. Like in terms of the film itself, I did get to see this movie because earlier this year, when this was released in theaters, it bombed like hell in theaters. And despite the critical acclaim, it still bombed regardless, because more likely the film was hard to market, and as well as Halloween Kills and No Time to Die was still doing fairly well in the box office, so that could have done something to hit this film in the box office. But regardless, I still watched the movie in theaters, and I really did enjoy it, but it is definitely a heavy movie in terms of topics used in the movie, as well as the violence and everything else. But let's just say it deserves its 18 plus rating, to say the least. So if you're going to see it, you may want to take some, warning because it may get extremely heavy on you. This is episode 3 of Hawkeye, which at this very moment here, when I'm recording this video, is still yet to premiere, but with only 2 episodes next week. But, It's another MCU show about a particular superhero that isn't really deserving to get their movie, but they still get their own show to still give some form of attention. It's weird, but you know, it has a good use of winter in particular, but that's about as much as I can give the series at all. So there's that going for it. We got episode 11 of the Disney Insider. Once again, this is more of a documentary series about the props and working behind the scenes stuff of Disney in general with the movies, theme parks, and everything else. So there's that. We have episode 5 of Dopesick, which I've seen so far a bit of the first episode. I'm really liking it so far, but I've got to watch the rest of it to really get my full opinion on it. We got episode 1 of The Big Leap, which is a Fox show in the US that's gone over to here on Disney Plus because of the Fox network. It looks like one of those musical comedies, which I'm not interested in personally, but I know someone will probably be interested in it, so there's that going for it. We got episode 5 of season 20 of Family Guy. Once again, this series is exclusively premiering on Disney Plus from now on because of the Fox network, so it's still having to get used to, but it could have been worse. We got episode 19 of season 9 of The Last Man Standing, which admittedly I'm kind of glad why The Last Man's gone, because I don't know how many times I've accidentally called two shows by similar names, so there's that. We got episode 16 of season 1 of Mixix. We got episode 7 of American Horror Story Double Feature, which at this point in the seasons 1 in particular, I think this is when the show splits the two parts together, because this season in particular was split into two. So now we're kind of gone to the second part with this different style, and story altogether. So there's that going for it. And we got episode 11 of season 1 of The Great North, which is the season finale, which the second season is currently airing on Fox at the moment, so who knows if this series will get season 2 shortly or later down the road. But, I still have yet to watch the series, but I'm looking forward to it. We also have episode 22 of season 18 of American Dad, which is also the season finale of the season. Given how long this show has lasted from July till December, that's like a good nearly 6 months straight. Come to think about it. Like I said, the weird misorder of American Dad is kind of why I call it season 18 instead of season 17. And it's more likely when season 19 does premiere, I'll do the same there, but it's good to see. We also have episode 17 of season 2 of Bless the Hearts. We got episode 10 of season 4 of Marcus Ladybug. We have episode 47 to 52 of Gangchogus, which is, I think, the second season finale. I don't know. Usually every these shows always have 26 episodes each, so I'm getting that from the impression. We have season 2 of Grabby Doolman and the Unsittables. Once again, a Disney Channel alien show thing, whatever. We got season 3 of Drain the Ocean, which is a National Geographic series. I occasionally see a few promos on National Geographic when my dad puts it on at night, so there's that. We got season 1 of India from Above, which is this whole From Above series from National Geographic's always been a weird thing. I think it's just there to show off the landscapes and the culture of each specific country, so I guess it's fine. We got Devs, which is, I think, either a National Geographic or a Star movie. Probably Fox, Disney, whatever. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it looks interesting enough. We got season 1 and 3 of Da Vinci's Demons. This is one of those, like, a fictional take on Leonardo da Vinci, where he's able to now see and invent things well past his time on the planet. So, it looks interesting enough. And we have season 1 of Taste the Nation with Pamela Galinsky. This is a Hulu series in the US that's more or less a famous celebrity going around tasting food and that type of stuff. So, not interesting to me personally, but it's there for somebody. For the 3rd of December, we have the Diary of a Wimpy Kid animated movie. This was one of the few projects that was carried over from the merger from Disney and Fox, and is kind of the reboot of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid franchise. Ever since the live action movies kind of just stopped after a while because the kids grew up. This one in particular is just a retelling of the first book of the franchise, which I should note I liked the series growing up, but after a while I kind of dropped off it because there's just so many books of this franchise I can take overall. But I'm still interested in this animated movie, and admittedly, I think it's only an hour long. It's not even like a full feature-length movie. And like it mattered because there's already a sequel planned later next year with Roderick Rules, announced from Disney Plus Day. So, there's that going forward. Admittedly, the animation I like, but it's the perspective of the characters that's kind of got me a bit off. Like, it's not like the Peanuts movie where they still have the characters in the more 2D layout just translated into CG. This one kind of takes it where the characters are completely 3D and CG, but not anime in a way that still makes them look like their 2D counterparts, if that makes any sense. And I'm still excited for this movie regardless, anyway. We got The Rescue, which is, I believe, to be a National Geographic movie or show about 12 boys and a coach that's trapped in a flooded cave. I think every region of Disney Plus is getting it, so there's that. We got Pure Harbor, as I mentioned earlier in my Coming Soon thing, which is one of the more awkward movies, because I think this is from Disney in some form. I don't know if it's from Disney, like Touchstone or Hollywood Pictures, or it's from Fox, but it's definitely one of the more distasteful Michael Bay movies to come out of his career, and that is saying a lot if you know that guy's work. So I guess there's that, there. And we also have the original Die Hard movie. The only film in this franchise that people give a shit about. I mean, I liked the second one, I've yet to watch the third one, but it's only really the first 3 Die Hard movies you really hear people liking. After that, the 4th one is up to debate, and then the 5th one is like, no, that was shit. But still, we have the original here because of this deal with Sky Cinema, and now TV is over with Die Hard. So now you have all 5 movies on Disney Plus here. We have Christmas Again, which is a Disney Channel original movie, and one of the weirder things to come out where it's simultaneously in the US coming out on both Disney Channel and Disney Plus, so maybe they can do that a bit more with other Disney Channel stuff for a network place that doesn't have Disney Channel anymore. But Disney is kind of an odd company. We have Mickey and Minnie's Wish Upon a Christmas. Kind of similar to the Halloween Tales of the Witches Mickey Mouse thing that came out in October. This is more or less a Christmas movie based on the Disney Junior Mickey Mouse shows that's themed around Christmas. So it's probably harmless enough. It's a weird thing to have their mascot be such a preschooler thing when you have characters like Bugs Bunny do a lot more, but, different and all. And we have The Day After Tomorrow, which is, I think, a delayed movie from November that's come to December. I think it was nearly the end of December anyway. November anyway. So there's that. We do have something for Sunday with the 5th December. We have The First Wave. This is a documentary film talking about the first 4 months of COVID-19. And, well, it was kind of inevitable that we're going to have documentaries about COVID-19. But it kind of feels weird to have it on Disney Plus here. But, it was bound to happen at some point, especially when National Geographic involved. So, it was bound to happen. For the 8th of December on a Wednesday, we have Welcome to Earth. This is, I think, an original series that's coming to Disney Plus in general about Will Smith exploring the worlds of Earth. You know, it's another one of those ones where you have the celebrity going around the places and doing things, and that's about it. And you probably have people watching it because it is Will Smith, so there's that going forward as well. We have episode 4 of Hawkeye. We have episode 2 of The Big Leap. We have episode 6 of Dope Sick. We got episode 17 of season 1 of Mixix. We got episode 8 of American Horror Story Double Feature. We got episode 18 of season 2 of Bless the Hearts. We got episode 20 of season 9 of Last Man Standing. We got episode 11 of season 4 of Immaculate Ladybug. We have episode 8 to 12 of Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Once again, this is a Disney Junior show based off Spider-Man and having other characters like Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales in there too. Looks harmless enough for like a preschooler thing. We have season 1 to 3 of Brickleberry. This is a Fox animated show, but not in the way that you expected. It didn't come out on Fox at all. Instead, it came out on Comedy Central instead. But kind of similar to, say, season 5 to 7 of Futurama, this series is still produced by Fox regardless. And, Comedy Central may air it, but it's still a Fox show. So it's coming over here to Disney+. A few other regions have this show already on the server. And there's still a few of the less successful Fox animated shows still to come to Disney+. With Brickleberry, it's more or less, imagine Family Guy, put it in a forest ranger setting, and try to be more vulgar than Family Guy ever could because it was on Comedy Central instead of Fox. That is essentially what Brickleberry is. And the most I can say about it is that, do you want to hear Tom Kenny swear on Disney Plus in Ireland, UK? Brickleberry's the show for you now. That's essentially all I can say about it. And the most I know is that this series did cross over with a future show on Netflix called Paradise PD. So, and I think it had to be well past when Disney bought Fox, so, I bet Disney was just like, oh, we have this? Yeah, you can use these characters. I don't even know who they are. But still, you have another Fox animated show on Disney Plus, so there's that going for it. And we have season 2 of Taste the Nation with Pamela and Lindsay. Once again, didn't really last long until they add the other season, but, each their own. And we got season 7 of Blackish, which I think is another season was delayed from November, I think. I don't personally know myself. For December 10th, we have Disney's Holiday Magic Quest. It looks like one of those another big Disney Channel special event things that come out every so often, so there's that. There's Calling All Monsters, which is a music video. I take it from the name, it could be based on the Vamanina show, but I could be wrong for all I know. We have The Last Ice, probably a documentary film about, about Atlantica and that type of stuff. From the Ashes, once again, this is a National Geographic movie about, say, how much gas is in the air and all that stuff. We got Juno from 2007, which is, I think, a Fox movie, I think. Can't be from Disney. And one of the films I think a lot of people do like, I recall. So there's that going for it. No Sleep Till Christmas, which is looks like one of those Fox movies. Looks like one of those romantic comedies, films with Christmas. So there's that. The Heat from 2013, combining Melissa McCarthy with Sandra Bullock in a police comedy action movie. I think this film just got more meh reviews. It was still bad enough, but it was, for at least Melissa McCarthy, it was more of a meh movie than a ugh movie, if you know what I mean. So there's that. And we have What a Man from 2012. Another romantic comedy. Big whoopity doo. For the 15th of December, we have 11 episodes of Foodtastic. This is kind of like one of these documentary baking show things about people making Disney themed food products. So, yeah, there's that going for it. We have episode 5 of Hawkeye. We have episode 7 of Dopesick. Episode 3 of The Big Leap. Episode 18 of season 1 of The Mixix. We have episode 9 of American Horror Story Double Feature. We have episode 19 of season 2 of Bless the Hearts. We have episode 21 of season 9 of Man the Last Standing, which is the series finale, as season 9 was the last season of the show. So now I can stop looking at Tim Allen's face every time I look through these lists. I nearly call him Tim Curry for some reason, I don't know why. We have episode 6 of season 20 of Family Guy. We have episode 12 of Disney Insider. We have Ron's Gone Wrong. This is a Fox animated movie that came out earlier this year, and is one of the weird ones because this is not made by Blue Sky. This is made by Locksmiths Animation, meaning this is the only film they'll work with Fox because of the Disney merger, as the company would leave and go straight to Warner Brothers instead. But still, this is one of the films I was very interested in watching, but I just didn't have the time to see this movie in theaters. I really wanted to, and at least I'm going to use Disney Plus for my chance here, so there's that going for it. We got episode 12 of season 4 of Magos Ladybug. We have episode 1 to 10 of season 3 of Gang Chokerus. We got episode 10 to 12 of Disney's Magic Bake Off. We got season 1 to 2 of Sunny with a Chance. This is one of the UK and Ireland's is one of the more requested shows from a lot of people. Because, Disney Channel just seems to really suffer on Disney Plus here. I'm not a fan of most of these Disney live-action sitcoms, with a few exceptions, like with Zack and Cody and that. But all I remember from Sunny with a Chance is the musical Chairs episode, and that's about as far as I remember. After that, well, at least it's another thing people wanted, and they finally listened, so there's that going for it. We have season 2 of Gordon Ramsay's Uncharted. This is I think in the US, I think they got this on season 3 already, but we kind of took a while. Once again, this is one of these things where Gordon Ramsay go around the world, trying out different foods and helping them in a more PG way, rather than his more vulgar way in the Hell's Kitchen or Kitchen Nightmare show that's from Fox. So, yeah, there's that going for it. We have season 1 of Atlantis of Cursed Places. Looks interesting enough by the looks of things. Apparently this is a new thing? I don't know. And we have arguably one of the main requested shows to be on Disney Plus overall, but still lacking in some regions. We have season 1 to 7 of Malcolm in the Middle. This has really become one of the most requested shows on Disney Plus, and despite Disney saying this would be on Disney Plus, for some reason it just wasn't. It was not available on the server to this very day, and now we're finally catching up to it. I know a friend of mine on Twitter is very happy about it, so there's that going for it. For the 17th of December, we have Elena's Castle Log Paper Cut Edition. You know, one of these things Disney has sometimes, like that Dory's Reef Cam, and they're not really movies in a sense, but more kind of like those. I wouldn't even say like at this LS, one of those YouTube videos, the sound things. But it's more of those relax your mind, like more like the sim animation ones, where you're more focused on the sounds and visuals more than spoken words and everything else. And this more or less is based on that, which is paper cut editions. So there's that going for it. We have a National Geographic I think, a movie or a show about being the queen, talking about Queen Elizabeth II. So is that we have Eyewitnessing D-Day. This is gonna be like a documentary series about D-Day, and this actually looks interesting to me. I kind of like a good war thing occasionally, so we have something here. We also have Jojo Rabbit, which was one of the films I've been actually looking forward to seeing on Disney Plus because of a random, out of context clip I saw on Twitter of Hitler being blown out the window. So that got me hooked from the beginning. And this was the time when this was just after the merger between Disney and Fox was completed, and Disney wasn't even really sure about this movie for a while, but obviously went with it. So yeah, I'm excited to see this coming to Disney Plus. King Arthur from 2004. I don't know if I mentioned this in my November video or not, but if I did, it's there now, and if I didn't, well, it's just another King Arthur thing. Ghosting, The Spirit of Christmas. This is one of the films I look at the premise, and it sounds bad, but I kind of want to watch it. Like, the premise is that a woman is she dies suddenly with a date, and now she has to get help with her best friend and stuff. It could be a romantic comedy for all I know, but you add death involved, and I'm like, okay, you got me hooked in some form. So that's that. I don't know what this is exactly, but it looks fine enough. For the 22nd of December, we have episode 6 of Hawkeye, which is the series finale. I'm not sure if this series will get a second season like with Loki or What If. But if it does, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, there's that going for it. We got episode 1 of the revival of the Wonder Years. This is, of course, a different take on the original 80s Wonder Years, I think. And almost, I don't know how much in connection it is with the original, but, there's that. And it's one of those weird things I knew about coming to Disney Plus and Ireland, UK, because of Disney Plus Day when they had this web game thing where you had to see an object and you had to guess what show that's from, like, say, a donut, The Simpsons, a dog collar, Family Guy, that type of stuff. And they had this one with a bike, and then someone guessed the Wonder Years, and there you go. Say it was coming in December, so it was one of those weird things where a web game kind of did the announcement for you, but, better than nothing, so there's that going for it. We got episode 8 of Dopesick, which is the finale. I don't know if this series is getting a second season, given it's a mini-series, but, it could possibly, might have. We have episode 4 of The Big Leap, episode 20 of season 22 of Bless the Hearts, episode 19 of season 1 of Matrix, episode 10 of American Horror Story Double Feature, which is the finale to the season. So, we still have about 3 more seasons of American Horror Story to go. So we still have a long way to go with this franchise in general. So this is far from the end for American Horror Story. We got episode 7 of season 20 of Family Guy. We got episode 13 of season 4 of Marvelous Ladybug. We have episode 14 to 20 of season 1 of Chicken Squad, another Disney Junior thing. Made in a Day, more of a documentary series about production and iconic consumer products. We had Dame of Fonzie, Secret in the Mist, Season 1, a documentary series about gorillas. Season 1 to 3 of Dog with a Blog, a Disney Channel show that I am very questionable of for the fact that this is not only a thing, but also has 3 seasons. I thought this would have been done by 1, even 2, but 3, okay. Whatever. The Con. This is, I think, probably a National Geographic series about con artists and that type of stuff, so there's that. And we have season 1 to 5 of American Housewife. I think this is a free-form series in the US, so there's that. For the 24th of December, we have Enchanto. This is the most recent of the Disney animated movies from the Walt Disney Studio. And weirdly enough, one film I just, for some reason, I cannot get into. Like, the trailers, the advertisement, everything about this movie just does not click with me personally. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the culture, maybe it's just the film itself looks basic despite how beautiful the animation looks. Who knows? This film is released in theaters at the time of this video's recording soon. I think about nearly in 2 days, 3 days, I think. I'm close enough to it. Um, so it will be going to theaters first and then Disney Plus in about a month because, Disney's moving on from the Premiere Access crap. So there's that going forward. And as well, we have the short that comes with it, Far from the Tree, which is a raccoon that is, fearful of things. It looks like it has 2D animation in it, so there's that looking forward to. Life and Death in Paradise, Crocs in the Caribbean, which is probably a documentary series, I think. Who knows? We have Downfall from 2020. This I believe to be the first or probably the last. I don't know where it is placed exactly, as I remember seeing the trailer or the poster for it before the Disney merger was full, or not that the rebranding of 20th Century Fox was changed. I don't know personally. It could be before or after, but it's here regardless. We have 2012's Life of Pi, which is one of those films I've heard so much good things about, but lately you hear more about the documentary about the animation studio that did Tiger that went bankrupt, more than the actual film itself. So, yeah, that's that. The Man with the One Red Shoe was another one of those movies when Tom Hanks was young, probably a romantic comedy, something like that. Same time next Christmas, a romantic comedy. So there's that going for it. Fantastic Lies, which I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wait. And we have a bunch of these 30 for 30 documentary movies, shows, whatever, from SPN. We have Fantastic Lies, we have Silly Little Game, This Magic Moment, L. Davis vs. the NFL, Big Shot, separate from the Big Shot Disney Plus show, Brian and the Box, and Hawaii, The Legend of A.E. Canol. And don't worry, there's still more 30 to 30 stuff coming on the 31st, so this isn't even the end of 30 for 30. But for now, let's move on to the 29th of December, where we have the first episode of Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett. This is another Star Wars show that focuses on Boba Fett, the titular famous bounty hunter that usually in the movies is kind of treated like shit. They were eaten by the creature in, I would say, in the Return of the Jedi, so, there's that. We get episode 2 of The Wonder Years. We get episode 8 of season 20 of Family Guy. We have episode 5 of The Big Leap. We have episode 20 of season 1 of Matrix. We got episode 21 of season 2 of Bless the Hearts. We have season 4 of Club Mickey Mouse, which is... I don't know what this is. I need to look this show up on what it is after this, because it looks like one of those Disney sitcoms that happens to be teamed on a Mickey Mouse Club. I don't know what this is. I need to look this up. We got episode 14 of season 4 of A Magnus Ladybug. We have season 1 to 10 of The Ghost and Molly McGee. This is a new Disney Channel animated series, and one of the shows I've been looking forward to seeing coming to Disney Plus soon in here, because we have no legal way of watching the show. So we've only had the first 10 episodes of the series. I think the series has only 20. So we only got over half the season already. I already love the look for the show. I like the animation of it. The characters look good. I like the characters as well. Mainly the Molly McGee, for she still has some things from the Disney animated females lately, female characters of the Disney Channel, but she is still optimistic and friendly. But she isn't afraid of calling out the ghost, Scratch in particular, who's voiced wonderfully by Dana Salone, uh, by Dana by Dana Snyder, who I keep hearing as Master Shake from Aqua Team Hunger Force, and this is basically a PG version of him anyway, so you might as well go with it. From the few clips I've seen from the Ghost of Molly McGee out of context account on Twitter, I love the show already, but it looks things from the comedy, the animation, and everything else, so to have the first 10 episodes is a great thing to have. Still waiting for season 2 of the Owl House, guys, by the way. If you can have season 1 of the Ghost of Molly McGee on Disney Plus now, you could do the same with the Owl House. Come on. We have episode 1 and 10 of season 3 of Tots, Disney Junior, whatever. We have season 5 of Ice Road Rescues. We have episode 5 of Airport Security, Brazil. We have the Sunbury Poisonings, which looks like a BBC, ITV, Channel 4 show. I don't know where exactly this is from, but it looks like something exclusively from the UK, so there's that. And we have Bless This Mess, which is mainly people move from the city to the countryside. Interesting. Haven't heard that concept before. And we have the 31st of December, New Year's Eve, where we have Derek Columbo's in and off self, whatever, I don't care. It's a famous magician thing, or whatever, how he does his stuff. Surviving the Mount St. Everest high disaster, National Geographic thing. The Hidden Life, which looks like one of those romantic World War II movies, by the looks of things. Who knows? And these two movies I'm going to be mentioning next are the most surprising thing to hear coming to Disney Plus at all, because these two movies, they aren't from Disney, and they're not from Fox. These are the patented movies, 1 and 2. So if Disney and Fox don't own them, who does? Well, Studio Kane. This more likely means that Disney struck a deal with Studio Kane to have the patented movies on Disney Plus, and also maybe to fill out the European quota that Disney Plus has to fulfill, especially with the more general audience type of demographic with Star. So, who knows how long the patented movies will be on Disney Plus for as well, because they're not from Disney or Fox to, keep forever. But still, I can't deny I'm happy to see Paddington on Disney Plus. I love these movies, especially the second one. God, the second one, I can't wait to watch this on New Year's. So, yeah, I don't know how long it'll be until these movies will be removed, because they're not from Disney, so they're going to be removed, but who knows. Still excited either way. And then after that, we mainly got a lot of other 30 for 30 SBN movies here, like No Crossover, The Trial of Alan Anderson, The Best That Never Was, One Mickey One, Small Potatoes, Who Killed the USFL, The Band Who Wouldn't Die, Slaying the Badger, Angry Sky, and Broke. So, again, all movies for the 30 by 30. So, there's that. So, with that, that's December for this Disney Plus for Ireland UK, and the end of 2021's run of Disney Plus. I'll be doing the 2022 versions whenever they come out late December, around that time. So, even with Disney Plus adding the coming soon thing to Disney Plus in general, that still won't stop me from doing these videos regardless, so there's that going for it. And boy, look at the time. This one's very long in comparison to the other ones. Oof. And, I'm actually going to hopefully make this easier, because I might try and do this chapters thing that YouTube has added with their YouTube channels, so hopefully I can make this easier for you guys as well to say which one's what date on the video link. So, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys until my next video, and, well, have a good Christmas, and have a Happy New Year as well, when, it's close enough to the time.